All right then, here we are in a lovely summer's day. Whew, I am absolutely melting. We've got highs of 26 today, 26 degrees C. I want to get this done as fast as possible before I cook these graphics cards, but this has the best lighting, as we know. So this is a 2080 Ti. This is the overclocked Asus ROG Strix edition of that 2080 Ti. This is something I've been using for the past year. I got this with my PC last year. It's basically a 3-year-old piece of technology. It is a perfectly fine card. I love this. It is perfect. Although my girlfriend needs an upgrade for her graphics card. She's still using, I believe, a 960. So this is going to be one heck of an upgrade for her rig. That's one of the main reasons. The other reason, of course, is that I wanted to get my new baby. A little bit excessive. If you know anything about computers at the moment, you'll know that the RTX 3090 is kind of overkill for anybody who isn't doing basically 3D Blender work or anything like that. I was umming and ahhing about getting a 3080 or a 3080 Ti, something like that. A 3080 is much better value for money. However, currently the recommended retail price is impossible to get any of these cards for anyway. So I thought, you know, since the price in the sort of gouger market is you know, at the whim of people, the cards actually have dipped in price a little bit due to China and the recent ban on crypto, right? So there has been a little bit of a dip, and I was lucky enough to find this card for a couple $100 over the retail price. So in many ways, there are actually 3080s much more expensive than this still on the market, and this is a 3090. The only thing I will notice is that this was purchased from Scan and was sold via eBay by a lovely lady who offered to give me any answers to questions I had, but there is damage to the box there, so hopefully that's not something to worry about. We'll have to look and see in a moment. I'm sure it'll be fine, but this is untested because it is sealed. This is a sealed box, so we'll flip it over, open that seal, and then get cracking with some testing, and hopefully it'll be fine. Well, there we go. I've given it some leeway. So here we go. The grand unveiling of the RTX 3090 that I've worked very hard to get. Oh my goodness. I mean, obviously I knew what it looked like, but oh, look at this. This is the first time I've ever got a Founders Edition card. So this is the Founders Edition 3090. It is a whopper, an absolute whopper of a graphics card. I'm gonna have some size comparisons in a second, but we've got the blowy, so the in, and then there's another in under here as well. So you've got intake here, intake here. You get some slight heat loss through these fins, but majority of that heat's going to come out of here, out of the back, with those ports there on the back. It is a huge sort of exhaust there. And also you'll notice that we have this ugly area. This is actually where our new 12 pin is going, because they've upgraded exactly what sort of power you want to what you need basically from this, and you need a new cable which should be attached in this box. So let's have a look. Just, oh my god, it is a heavy boy. Look how thick this guy is. He is a thick boy. Let's carefully put him there like that. Look at the size of that exhaust. Holy moly. So all the hot air, for the majority of it, is going to be coming out this way, as you can tell. And I mean, what a card. What a card. Get out, fly. Fly has decided to land on it. That's not good. All right. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And there you go. See, look. So you've got opposite fans either side. Intakes. Very cool. Let's have a look what else is inside the box. Put that on top of the box nice and carefully. Oh god, I'm glad I've got some strength. I haven't got a lot of strength, but I've got some. So underneath here we have the hidden compartment. This is the box then that should have the cable in, I believe. Let's have a look, shall we? 3090 start guide. Here you go. Here's the very ugly cable that's required. Yep, that's pretty much how it is, with dodgy sleeves. You can get aftermarket cables like this that look 10 times better, but this is going to go on the side of your card. It's not the best looking thing in the universe, but it's not the worst anyway. I'm glad that NVIDIA actually include this. So without further ado, let's go and whack this in my machine. I'll show you a picture of what my PC looked like before, but we'll actually compare it. But actually, no, we wanted to do a size comparison. Let's move that over there. Let's put this graphics card in view. Upside down, but that's fine. Right, so honestly, the difference in size isn't actually that drastic. It's fairly similar, isn't it? I thought it'd be a big difference, but really the 2080 Ti is, you know, kind of the same sort of size, isn't it? In retrospect, it's not much different. It's a bit thicker, a bit wider, the 3090, as you can tell, but there should be the same sort of clearance in my O11 XL dynamic case. So let's go and have a look what this looks like in my machine and do some testing, shall we, before everything blows away in this current wind that's appeared. I'm not sure why, but there we go. All right then, so here we are. Hopefully you can hear me. Whew, on the phone again. So normally you would have these two cables bringing power to your card. This time we have this, which of course we need to put those into like that, and then put that into the card. I'm going to do that in a moment. First of all, let's have a go at putting this card in then. See if we can do this without doing anything stupid. Be very careful. I'm usually pretty bad at this sort of stuff. So what you can see is I've had to take out, hold on, let's zoom in. There are 3 slots. It is a 3-slot beast. So yes, this is going to be quite the card to put into my machine. I think you'll agree. So let's put this in. If you've never put in a graphics card before, make sure you ground yourself before you do any of this. Take this off. It's a shroud. One of those pins, you connect the pins in there. This is a very heavy card, so if I knock the camera, I do heavily apologize. Oh my God, there's a heavy boy. There we go, she is in. Actually, you know what? I thought I was going to need a sag bracket. Well, that's not too bad. Look at that. That's not too bad. She's not overhanging. So there's plenty of airflow from the bottom, from the top. Got 6 fans. Then we got our AIO here. Hey, that should do. That should be perfect. All right, so let's put the screws in. But like I said, this did take up three slots. So there's not a lot of room for much else in this computer. But that's why I went for this particular motherboard, so I'd have access if I wanted to put a capture card in. There is still room at the bottom, as you can just about see, to do just that. But looks pretty snug, doesn't it? Looks pretty snug indeed. So we've got 2 of the screws in. We're just going to put the 3rd one in, attach that to the end of my screwdriver if I can. So balance it as best as I can. So you can do this in one easy motion. There we go. There we go. Lovely. If I was going to have to get my fingers in there, as you can see, that gap is pretty small. So yeah, I want to tighten it too much. Guess we have to jiggle. But yeah, that's pretty snug. That's not going anywhere, surprisingly, actually. Plenty of clearance for our RAM, as you can see. So everything looks pretty good so far. Pretty good. Next then is the case of putting this together. So let's put this bit in first. Let's see, how does this go in? Like this? Or is it like this? Boom, 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 boom. It's this way. Yeah, it has to be this way. There we go. Well, that's clipped in apparently. So that's pretty unfortunate looking, isn't it? Oh dear. But it is what it is. It's early technology. Hopefully there's some clearance on the glass here. I'll have to wait and see. So these should just go in here like this. And like, where is it? Like, come on. There we go. Like that. And then it's just a case of cable managing that later. Sorting that out and feeding the back through. But it's fairly snug. We could probably get the glass on at that point. Whew, should we try? That is the question. Oh dear. If you would understand how warm it is right now in real life. Yeah, that's pretty good. There's actually plenty of clearance. I thought it'd be a lot less than that. But there's plenty. That's really good. Really good. Oh, I'm impressed with that. Very impressed, actually. Very cool. All right, moment that we've all been waiting for. Have I done this correctly? I'm pretty sure I have. All right then. And we have ignition. Ooh, that's good. Spinning, everything's booting. It'll take a few seconds, but it's actually not that loud. Oh, and there's the white logo. Nice. So instead of the usual green logo that they had on the older cards, got a bright white LED. Very beautiful. Very beautiful indeed. Yeah, I can't wait to run this and see what it's like. I'm supremely hyped right now. Let's go into the actual computer and give it some tests, shall we? Beautiful. I do like the purple, by the way. I need to swap out the bottom LED because it's rainbow vomit, but it's not addressable, so I'm going to swap that out at some point. But the rest is nice purple colour, which is my favourite. I think the white complements it, actually. Very nice.
Alright then, so the first logical thing to do was to test the benchmark. Unfortunately, you have to run it in windowed mode, so it's all over the place with this resolution, but I can assure you this is in 4K. I wanted to see what score we would get. Fundamentally, prior to this, my score was in the low 10,000s in 4K. In 1440p, I was able to get about 14,000. So let's see what the 3090 is capable of. Straight out of the box, plugged into my machine, and yeah, it looks pretty smooth. I was quite interested to see where this would go. I'm not going to show the entire benchmark because there are bits in there that some people might not want to see. If you want to see the full benchmark, I've done a video separately on that. So let's skip on to the actual scoring part, and you'll see that I got a quite respectable in 4K resolution, right? So this is in 4K. 12,689, and that was obviously with me recording with Shadowplay. So if we remove that part of it completely, we probably gain a few more extra points. I think I do actually have a comparison for you. So here's without Shadowplay running. This is a score that I got, which is 12,743, which is very respectable. I think that has an average of about 93 frames per second in 4K. Very good. This then is the 1080p score. I just thought I'd throw this in for a laugh. Got 18,545, which shouldn't be any surprise really with a 3090. Pretty good. And there's a Time Spy Extreme score. If people know anything about 3D Mark, then usually the average is about 10, about 14,000, something like that. It's doing pretty good. I'm quite impressed with this card. It's going to allow me to multitask a lot more. I don't have to worry about frames dropping below the 60 frames per second threshold whilst I'm streaming and multitasking. And it looks really good in my machine. That was one of the main concerns. I wanted something that would actually help me stream a little bit better, and honestly this thing is overkill. But yeah, you would be much better off, in my recommendation, to get a 3080 if you're going to go for any card, if you can actually afford any at the moment. The scalpers have made this fairly impossible, but I have a good feeling that give it a couple of give it a year or so, the other side of, you know, maybe this time next year, the things will have dropped significantly in price and should be more affordable. Anyway, I know this was a little bit of a video all about me, but I really wanted to share what I'm actually investing into, and I thought this was something that would make quite a bit of a difference to me, and also improve my girlfriend's life by, you know, giving her my previous card as well, so she will get to enjoy Endwalker as much as I will. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all of the support on Twitch. It's been insane, as well as on YouTube. If you guys don't know that I stream 5 days a week pretty much on twitch.tv/Meoni. And yeah, come along, say hello. I would appreciate that. Not many people realize that I stream for some reason. Well, now you do. Come and join in the fun. But anyway, there you go. Share with me your benchmarks in the comment section. Let me know what you got with your setups. And I look forward to reading those, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.